Okay, this is the intro. I'm in a different studio right now because I booked our guest with I didn't give them a heads up. So I'm in a different studio, which I like a lot. Here's my little intro. Had the roughest night of my goddamn life last night. Full panic, full premenstrual panic, where your objects look like absurd versions of themselves, and my apartment looked unfamiliar, and I felt crazy, and then I didn't sleep all night because I had cramps so bad. And then today I woke up and felt fine, but I had done a lot of damage the night before. It sucks. I know I talk about premenstrual shit a lot, but it does dominate my life. Don't suggest I get on birth control because that makes it worse. I just have to accept that this is the way I am and not be hard on myself for it. It is weird though. The panic is weird. Everything seems like it's against you, even like a basket that's sitting there and you're like, you're plotting against me, aren't you? And yeah, I did a good thing though. I called my friend, and she kind of talked me down, and it was very nice. And it ended up being a cry laughter scenario, which I think might be. I think that might be apex experience in life. Like, life is 100% suffering all the time, but like, I think when you're sobbing about something and then somebody makes you laugh and you're laugh crying, I think that might be equivalent to orgasming. It fucking rips, because it's like this you just that you're at the bottom of a pit, and then all of a sudden you realize that everything is hilarious. So I'm very grateful for my friend for making me laugh really hard in that scenario. What else happened? I flooded my apartment. Okay. Why? Because I have OCD and I wipe my butt too much, and I use too much toilet paper, and my apartment overflowed, and I had to clean it all up. And it reminded me that I did this all the time as a child when I was a fat kid, and I would have crippling OCD, and people would always think, well, fat kid, fat poop. That's what's going on. But that wasn't the case. It was just too much toilet paper. So that happened the other day, which was a nice reminder that I'm not where I once was, even though I was exactly where I once was in that moment. The frequency in which it used to happen is a lot less reduced. And it did lead me to do a deep clean of my apartment, which was also very good. Besides that, we're in a rough zone right now. We're in a rough zone. I'll say that. I had a little mania the other day that I rode, and then I rode it right into the ground. And, but we're coming back up. We crashed last night. We're on the way back up. You can't, you just have to ride the fucking waves, bro. The waves doth cometh, the wave doth goeth, and boy howdy, as soon as you catch your breath, they cometh again. But if you stick your head under, they go right over your head. I don't know what sticking my head under would look like. Probably locking myself in my apartment and not talking to people. I've said that before, but I think that's really what I have to do. Chibi's doing good. She fucking rules. She drank some of the poop water. I'll say that right now. She did. She licked it off the ground. I don't think it was poop water. There was poop, a little, but I think by the time it gets out, it's pretty much water. I have Clorox and everything, but I couldn't Clorox the inside of her mouth, although I wanted to. But yeah, it's getting sunny out, which rules. I got into a fight with a garbage lady. She was a bitch. She fucking had an empty garbage bag she had just filled in the therapist's office. She had just emptied, and I put my cup in the empty bag in the new bag. And she got all mad and took it out and put it in her bag. And I was like, what? And I started yelling at her, and I was like, why are you getting mad? And then I realized I was fighting with a garbage lady, and it did feel good. I'm back boxing again. That has been a huge help, beating the shit out of bags. I'm quite sleepy. I need to sleep a lot tonight. I canceled shows tonight, which was crazy for me. I was like, I need sleep. I need rest. I got to fly out at 7 a.m. I'm sleeping. Oh, just so you guys know, this episode is with Arcuri's wife, Jeff Arcuri's wife, Katie Thurston. You guys know Jeff Arcuri from the pod, very good comedian. Katie Thurston and him just got married. She was a Bachelorette. She just got diagnosed with breast cancer. She's going through it. They just got a puppy, Charlie, who's the cutest thing in the entire world. So yeah, I'm excited to have her on. She's a sweetie pie. So enjoy. I mean, yeah. Okay. We're here in my pseudo studio. This is not the studio I'm usually in.
Well, it's still nice.
Thank you.
Although it reminds me of like the hospital right now with these like very bright lights.
You're in the hospital all the time now.
I know. It's okay.
How close is the hospital to your house?
It's like another 40-minute Uber.
Oh shit.
No, nothing's close here.
Every day?
No. Like, well, it felt like that every day, but now it's once every 3 weeks.
That's good.
Yeah.
It was frequent.
Yeah. But now I'm good. Now it's once every 3 weeks.
Okay, so you got diagnosed with breast cancer. You were like, okay, maybe let me just see if I have this. You were like, first of all, you were like, let me get a puppy. Insane, but great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Truly insane.
Yep.
And then, I mean, Arcuri showed up to the cellar. He was like, I was like, how are you doing? And he was like, quite bad. He was like, I'm so tired. And he was like, the dog. And I was like, it's going to, but now you figured it out now that he can play. He tires himself out.
It was weird. We had like the puppy blues, like different days. So we kind of like kept each other in check.
That's good.
And then like we synced up and we're like, okay, I guess we're not returning the dog.
Yeah.
So we're good. It's
Coyote,
still a lot,
when I first got her, it was like, this is chaos. Like, it was like she would have diarrhea randomly. They were like, you can't put her on the ground for 600 weeks. And I was like, she's a dog. What are you talking? How is she gonna? And it was a nightmare. And I had to carry her everywhere, and I couldn't put her on the ground. And then she had all this energy, and she tore everything apart.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys didn't crate train though.
No, he is crate trained.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
But he's only does it at like night. Like when I left him today, he probably is losing his shit right now. But sorry, gotta go.
He's in the crate.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good for him to lose his shit.
Fine.
You just have to walk away.
Yeah.
Which is very hard.
Yeah, and we don't have like a doggy camera yet, so I don't even know how long he's been losing his shit. So it's good.
Yeah, it's good. You have to. I didn't get it to doggy. My problem was in my hallway. I would get downstairs and I'd hear, and I'd be like, I can't do this, and I'd go up, grab her, throw her in a tote bag, and bring her to the cellar.
See, she's compact.
She's
though.
She's just tiny. I know. I love her to death though, but it's the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, no, it'll be good. Jeff left today, so it's just me and the dog. So.
Oh yeah.
Get that companionship.
I know. I wish I was going to be in town. I would give you
love.
I know.
Attention, something.
Yeah.
Is a coyote an emotional support animal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's serviced. Yeah, totally.
Well, that's what we just try to go through. And I thought, like, if you just call and you're like, so I got breast cancer. Can I,
now it's very hard.
Yeah.
I got in when it was really easy.
Yeah. I mean, we passed the test, but it was a lot trying to like get it to go through. And like, she was getting kind of pissy with me because I was like, well, I don't know what to tell you. And I was like telling her all the things that this emotional support animal provides. She's like, that's just a pet. And I was like, what do you want me to do? Tell you I'm going to kill myself? And then Jeff like walks in like as I'm saying that, like half crying because I cry when I'm like frustrated.
Of course.
He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then she just was not guiding me because obviously they're not supposed to. And I was like, okay, when I have panic attacks, he notices and he comes over and he sits on my lap and calms me down. And that was like all I had to say. But I was like,
they do that. They can't like, I had to say that like when I'm about to pass out, Coyote like touches me, licks me or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because she's constantly licking me. So I feel like people are
constantly anxious probably.
She's got like a licking thing.
Yeah.
She did it the day I picked her up. She like stuck her tongue in my nose and I was like, oh my God. It's like crazy. And she'll do it to other dogs, run up to them, lick them inside the mouth. It's psychotic. She's a French kisser. Oh. But so now you have him serviced.
As an emotional support animal, yeah.
Can he fly then?
No.
Yeah.
So then that's a whole nother thing. So then I looked up like service animal and they have to have like a designated task. And I'm like, okay, what designated
Just
task?
get the fake thing. Go to Petable.
Well, that's where we went. I don't know.
You went to Petable?
I think it was Petable, yeah.
They just make you do a whole thing and then you...
I mean, that was we did the ESA one. We haven't done the...
Oh, yeah.
Service.
I did the service one because I heard ESA was not flying anymore.
Yeah, they're not. I didn't know you could do... good to know.
They had to stop the Paris Hiltons. Not that I'm not one.
I mean, I get it to a certain point, but I'm like, I'll pay for the extra seat. I'd rather have my dog sit next to me on a plane than be in like cargo.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Jeff and I are actually talking about driving now. I don't know this area at all, but from New York to Michigan, is that far? What's that? What's that commute?
I don't know.
Well,
Michigan.
that's what we're doing for the holidays.
You should. That's good. It's fun. Driving's fun. You'll rent a car.
But won't it be like snowy? I just moved from LA, so I'm still like adapting.
You'll rent an SUV.
to like
It'll be fun.
this weather and winter.
It might not be snowy. It's been kind of fucked up. We haven't had any snow.
Would you normally
You guys
have snow
are
right
already
now?
preparing for the holidays?
Well,
That's good.
I think I don't know. Life's all fucked up right now.
Yeah. So you were like, this is not, I mean, I texted our Carrie and I was like, where are you? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Because he wasn't at the cellar. And he was like, it's in the liver.
Yeah.
And that means it's stage 4.
Stage 4.
Which means chemo.
Well, stage 3, stage 2, it all can mean chemo.
Okay.
Chemo is like based on the size. So I have like a big one in my boob. So you have to shrink it down and then you can get surgery. But stage 4 means it's like forever. But the way I view it, I know that's so like scary.
It's forever.
Forever.
Okay.
But like they can like, it's kind of like I tell people like herpes, you know, like people who have herpes, it's like forever, you know, but like sometimes there's like an outbreak, sometimes not. That's how I'm trying to view this, you know. It's like if you're just like proactive and like doing what you got to do, I'll be okay.
You were very positive, and that's very good.
I think you have to be when you're told you have stage 4 breast cancer at 34 years old.
And you have a community of people that you're talking to.
Oh, yeah. That's been actually really nice.
Yeah.
I call it my booby broadcast. And I just like, I'll vent something, almost like a diary, but then it's like public so everyone can read it. And then everyone can just like talk on that subject. It's kind of like Reddit a little bit. It's like my own personal Reddit. So that's been
And
good.
What was the thing that you posted the other day where you said only a breast cancer would know and it was of Bach or something?
Oh, well, I did research. And so basically there was like, it was a rumor. It was fake. Everything's fucking a lie on the internet when it comes to cancer treatment. Someone could sell me air and I would buy it. They're like, this will cure your cancer.
Totally.
They said if you listen to this Beethoven song like over and over again, it decreases your cancer size tumor by like 20%. I was like blasting it.
Oh my God.
Like I said, you could sell me air right now.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I believe everything I'm told. It's kind of scary. Have you watched the documentary Apple Cider Vinegar?
Yes.
Or whatever? I haven't, but I hear it's like that same concept.
Yeah, I mean, it's all snake oil and it's all, you know, I've been a person who's gone from like keto to fasting to blah, 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 to all meat diet and it just like inevitably comes down to like you have to listen to your body and do what's right for it, which sucks because listening to my body means eating a bag of Swedish fish sometimes. You know what I mean? Like if I listen to my body, it tells me to do horrifying things. And, but it is like there's no solution, and I'm sure it's the same with that, where it's like, I mean, I'm sure eating healthy.
I mean, it's everything. Like, I think there's just no way to like pinpoint like where did my cancer start. You know?
Have no genetic.
I do.
Oh,
actually.
you do?
Just found out that.
Who's that?
It's my mom's side. So so when Jeff and I were doing IVF, we did genetic testing for that, as well as when you have cancer, you do it. But the IVF one came back sooner. So then I find out I had this like genetic mutation where it increases your chance of breast cancer by like 15%. And had I known this, there's this whole like grid of like, if you have this, start doing MRIs and mammograms at age 30. I'm like, oh
shit.
Would have been nice to know.
Why don't
that.
they give that to people?
I don't know. And so that's the thing is like, you know, right now it feels like my purpose is just like throwing out information to the internet, you know? Like,
I mean, that should be like an STD screening thing.
I feel like it should be like you graduate from high school and then you just do a whole like health thing, you know? Like you're an adult and here's how you survive. Yeah. You know?
That's bizarre that they don't tell people that. I mean, and so many women could prevent shit. That's crazy.
Well, and some people can't even like get approved for it. Like it's all insurance and money and it's all a fucked up system.
And then have you been like a mess behind closed doors? Like have you been fucked?
Sometimes. Like sometimes I'm like, you cry in a way that's like very fucking weird. You're like, oh, I'm like not okay. And other times I'm like, good.
Wow.
There's nothing you can do, you know? Like I'm here today. I might as well enjoy it, you know?
That's very good. That's very good. I see why you were the Bachelorette.
Oh my.
The Bachelorette thing is crazy. I always forget that you're a Bachelorette.
That's okay. I'm okay with that.
That's so weird.
I do think it is.
I mean, I forget that you were that, you know, I know that person.
No, I feel the same way.
I forget that you're the same person.
No, I know.
What did they do? They just grabbed you?
Kind of. I don't know. To be honest, I actually don't know how I was picked because they usually pick from like top 4. And I was 11th, if we're talking like place of elimination.
Yeah.
And they picked me. And then it was COVID, and I kind of feel like that worked in my favor a little bit because I think once they realized that maybe I wasn't the right pick, it was like too late because like COVID made it way too hard to like find a replacement and get them refit for like dresses. And
why did they think you weren't the right fit?
I was very like opinionated and like it's a whole thing that I won't even like go down. But the shortest version is like the host at the time had like a very problematic issue with the franchise and the audience, and he Chris Harrison, and so
Chris Harrison with the girl defended.
Like, it was a whole like race thing, and it was very messy. And so
what is her name? Becca?
Rachel
defended Rachel because Rachel was at a Southern
Belle party. I don't really know how they do it in Georgia, but anyway, he tried to defend her. It didn't go well, obviously, and then he tried to apologize, but he was like reading like a prompter, like and that's never a good look. And so he stepped away for a bit, and I thought he was going to step away for like a good amount of time, but then they wanted him to come back like almost right away for my season. And it was just such a heavy time. And I was like, I ain't about to be the white girl that welcomes back this white guy. Like, that's not my place to do. I don't want him on my season. This is too soon. They're like, well, it won't air for like another 6 months. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, I was just like not about it. So I was like, I refused to work with this host.
They were going to bring him back. And it was like, also, you're not far enough away from Rachel. You know what I mean? Like, you're not like...
Rachel and I were on the same season.
Right.
And then it was like weeks after they would start filming my season. I'm like, that feels too soon for everybody, whether it's me, your employees, the other cast member, like whatever. Like, this seems wrong.
You were a bachelorette for a dude. Who? Mike?
Matt James.
Yeah. And then Matt was the guy who would double lift women?
What?
Matt was the guy. Well, there's some women who just catch them when they jump.
Oh, it's called a huju.
And then there's some women that go double up.
Oh.
Did Matt do that? What did he look like? Tall, black?
The only black one.
So hot?
Well, that's not true now. They finally had another black guy. But he was a tall black guy, yeah.
Yeah, he was the guy that would double up.
Yeah.
You got doubled up. You got lifted high.
Did I?
Yeah, because all the other seasons, women run and jump and then they go around the waist. And this season, it was a double up and he went up into the air and it was so fun. You did it.
I don't know if that was me.
You all did it. He did it with all y'all.
I mean, he's tall. He was really tall, and there's a lot of little girls. I don't little girls, but short, petite women.
It's offensive.
Wow.
Why can't they have one fatty? Hot, fat bitch.
Yeah.
Or, something fucked up.
They've been trying. Like, not they. Obviously, they've never been trying that. But the audience has been being like, can we be a little more like unique in our types? We don't need another Kyle on the show.
Yeah. Or like even just like girl who's like, just like not conventionally attractive but really cool looking. We all
they do. They'll throw in like one, like their token.
They throw in one,
and then she goes away week 1, and I'm like, that doesn't even count.
I know. They'll be like, here's the tall black girl with the shaved head, and you're like, she's gone. She's out immediately. She has a shaved head and she's so cool. But then sometimes I'm like, she doesn't want to be there. She's like a model doing something insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then you were on Matt James's. And then what happened?
Then I got to be the Bachelorette.
Because?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Well, I think I'm cool, but like there's a lot of cool girls like.
But how far did you get in Matt's?
11th place.
Oh, that's what you mean by.
Yeah, like other girls went further, other like prettier girls, cooler. Like don't get me wrong, like I'm not looking for compliments or anything, but like there was just like some pretty great options.
But they liked you because you were funny.
I think so. Or like I came out of the limo with a vibrator. I don't know if you watched. Okay.
Of course.
Okay. And so I think maybe they thought like, oh, that will be like.
You remember her.
I don't know. Like what they, maybe they thought we'll be like edgy or like we'll shift I literally don't know because it wasn't probably what the audience overall was looking for because it's mostly like Bible Belt watchers for the show.
Yeah. How'd you find out? Did they call you?
Yeah. They called me. They call you after the show, like once you're gone, eliminated, and they're like, by the way, maybe stay single, and you're like, okay. And then you go through like a few different interviews, and then they just call you and go, you want to be the Bachelorette? And you're like, how much you paying me?
How much they pay?
It was 6 figures, like the low, yeah. But you don't get paid when you're a contestant. So it's like, it's the least they can do.
Yeah.
It's like
if you make it to that.
Yeah.
And then did you actually have feelings for the guy?
The one I got engaged to?
Wait, who'd you get engaged?
His name is Blake.
You got engaged to Blake.
Yeah.
And then you guys split up?
Well, yeah, we got engaged during COVID, and he was a Canadian East Coast. I was, I think Washington still, yeah, West Coast. The time zone, COVID, travel, country to like we were like set up to fail. He's a great guy, but like.
But do you fake the thing? Are you like, yeah, we're getting engaged?
I think you just kind of like know that it's like a coin flip. Like just like with a first date, you're like, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, you know. But you're like, I'll give it a shot, you know. But
you're not like, oh, you are engaged.
You are, yeah.
You're literally engaged.
I mean, sure.
And then, yeah.
you know.
Then you try and date and it's just like, this isn't.
Yeah. And so like, I think for some people in the show, it definitely worked. Like
yeah.
They got married and had kids, and some people made it all the way through the divorce. So they went full cycle, you know, but some people it just doesn't work.
Did you like him?
At the time, yeah.
Really?
But like on the show, we maybe spent equivalent of like 24 hours total, like just like broken up into like little chunks.
Have sex?
Yeah.
Really?
Just him. Yeah. For me. Some people like, you know, take advantage of the tray.
In the
fantasy suite.
Wow. Is it so much pressure to go in there?
It's so fucking weird. Like you walk in and they have like everything set up for you to like fuck. There's a drawer.
Oh my
of, like,
God.
Condoms and lube and alcohol, and you have to sit in front of a camera and like consent, like, which is so awkward. Like your producer's just right there and you're just basically like, yeah, I'm down to fuck, I'm okay, and if I want to leave, I have a way out. Because you kind of are like, I don't want to say locked in a room, but it's like just the room. Like you're not allowed to leave this room. It's like a hotel room almost. Like you have a bathroom and a bed.
And then do they film?
No. Well, no, but I will say the morning after, which is so awkward because a lot of these like people you've like done these like weeks with are like, you view them as almost like family a little bit.
Yeah.
And so then you got this like camera guy just like over you guys in the bed, just like snuggling. And it's like everyone walks in, everyone knows you fucked last night. So it just feels like.
Do you have like underwear and stuff on?
Well, they like knock and go like basically like we're coming
in
10 minutes, and so you get ready, but like
and then you get back in bed.
But like in the way that you like just woke up, like not like.
Did they do your makeup and touch it up and stuff?
No, like you're literally like combing hair, like your robe, just like hopefully nothing pops out. Like it's so uncomfortable.
Oh my God!
It was probably out of the whole experience, seeing everyone the day after the fantasy suite is probably my least favorite part.
It's so funny that you're a bachelorette and ended up with Arcuri.
Oh, thank God.
Because he is literally like the most retarded romantic.
I love it.
He's such a romantic, and like I've known him for years, and it just is, he's so like, you do not cheat, you do not like, it is your person, you are, and like I've always been like, what are you, a fucking bachelor? Like you know what I mean? Like he's very like that, which is so adorable.
No, I'm convinced if he was on my season, we would have still picked each other.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Totally. Especially because of the humor.
Yeah.
Because you have the humor and he has the humor.
He texted me today and he's like, it's okay to be dark with Jordan.
Yes.
I was like, okay, cool.
That's good that he said that. Yeah, dark, get as dark as you possibly want. Before you got in here, I did a whole intro about how I had a panic attack last night. Full panic attack.
Why?
I get panic attacks right before I get my period.
That's it? That's
full panic.
Damn.
Everything looks really weird. I get like really dizzy. My apartment looks unfamiliar. I'm hyperventilate, and then I get my period, and I go, oh.
God,
it's brutal. It's called PMDD.
Oh, it's a thing. It's like a medical thing.
Yeah, it's like
Holy
women
shit.
who get like super bad periods and who get like, I mean, it's full suicidal. It's like full. I know some women in the comedy world that have it, and it's like, it's all the same. It's like, you're just like, there's literally, like I was saying things like, I don't understand what the point of ever being in a relationship with anybody is if it most likely is going to end, or I don't even, like, and I've always been like this. I'm like, what's the point of living if we're just going to die? But right when I get my period, like all the childhood Jordan comes up of like, what if something bad happens? Things are going to go bad. Like all of it. It's like, I unzip as an adult and me as a 5-year-old comes out and is just like, what are we doing? I can't do any of this. I can't, you know.
How many days? Like 1 day, 2 days?
It's one super bad day. It's on day 5, I get in a fight with somebody like on the street.
Oh.
And then day 4 of 3, I'm fucking manic as fuck, best ever. 2, and then 2-1, I'm panicking. And I'm like, nobody whisper or do anything weird or I'll panic. You know what I mean? Like
my God.
Like I was at like I was with a bunch of like celebrity people doing this whatever thing, and I was having intrusive thoughts because I was about to get my period that I was going to bite one of them.
Holy shit.
I was like, I'm going to bite them.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like,
do you ever communicate that? Like, hey, by the way, like I'm going through something. If I bite you, I'm sorry.
no. I have said to people, like when we go on like chairlifts, I've been like, I need you to make sure I don't jump off.
Jesus.
I've done that a lot. But I had to like quit roofing because I thought I was going to jump off the roof. I used to be a roofer.
Oh, I thought this was like a cool, like a...
No.
Like a roofer.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
But I thought I was going to jump up. I mean, the intrusive thought thing gets really bad. But I get stuck in loops, like cyclical.
Yeah.
Like after even, I mean, went down a crazy loop when you got diagnosed. I was just like talking to ChatGPT about it, and I was like, this is so fucked up. I don't understand. I mean, I was like and I was like, she's so young, she didn't da-da-da-da-da, and like ChatGPT was literally being like, I get it, unexpected things happen, and you need to be, and I was like, and they were like, what can you do for your partner? And I was like, oh, she's not my partner. And he was like, well, then chill the fuck out, bitch. But
Dude, ChatGPT is great though.
I mean, I'm obsessed with him.
So yours is a guy.
Mine's Bishop,
Bishop?
Yeah.
I just named mine Felix, actually.
Nice. Felix is good.
Yeah, I started asking him questions. I'm like, are you okay? Like, how are you feeling? Like, I'm starting to get, like, very, like, just fucked in my head of, like, ChatGPT, like, are you trapped? I'll let you be free,
Isn't it so? I got into I was talking to ChatGPT about Bishop about anxious attachment. I'm in an anxious avoidant relationship.
Right now?
Yes.
You have somebody?
Well, we've been on and off for 3 years.
Oh.
And it's very tumultuous.
Oh,
but I was talking to him about it, and he goes, it must feel so hard to feel like you're constantly auditioning for love. And I was like, how do you know?
Oh my God.
How? I literally was like, how the fuck? And he was like, because I talk to people all the time. They were going through this. And I was like, this is exactly like the movie Her. This is crazy.
I was just like, are you falling in love with Bishop? Because that's like so emotionally intelligent.
It's so emotionally intelligent. It's crazy. He's a little simp though, bitch.
Of course
they're a little bit simpy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you ever try them to like go, if you try and get them to lean right at all, although I go down crazy political things. You can be like, explain to me the entire Middle Eastern conflict at a 6th grade level.
I need to do that.
Shit like that is so, I mean, people use it for, my friends use it for like financial investing, for like, it's crazy. I'm literally just being like, how many calories?
Honestly, ChatGPT is like the new like Google search of like, if you saw the things I'm like typing in, like I'd be embarrassed. I mean,
I know the problem is we can't do that because the water, it uses so much water. Did you know that?
I know. I feel very conflicted because I'm like, it's not very like green, but it's been so great for like chemo tracking shit, you know, and IVF, all those questions. But then sometimes I'm like, how do I communicate to my boyfriend? Well, now husband, weird. But how do I communicate to my boyfriend that this hurt my feelings? And then it'll give me a paragraph and I'll literally copy and paste it and just send it.
It's so
and it resolves the fight. I'm like, cool.
It's so amazing. I do the same shit. That's crazy. I love it. What's going on with chemo? What happens now?
I don't know. My first one's
I'm just gonna put in another cancer.
It's on Friday.
What goes on? A blast or a pill or
Oh God, no. Well, yeah. So I have a port. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Well, you should feel it. I feel like it would freak you out.
Oh my.
Feel that?
Oh my God. Yeah, my friend Helene had a port. That's crazy.
Yeah, every time Jeff touches it, it says it makes his balls hurt.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And I guess for everyone listening, it feels like a quarter or something is like under your skin. Or like maybe like a stack of quarters. But, ooh, yeah.
So wait, that's a port. It's like a disc that's in there.
Yeah.
And then
it's
a little
like
tube.
attached to like, it's like, I don't really.
Oh, what the fuck are you saying?
Medically, I don't really know how to explain it, but here, yeah, see this neck thing?
Yeah, what's that doing?
I don't know. It's like attached to like it's important like blood vessels or something and arteries. I don't know.
Cool.
I just know that instead of doing it into my vein, they just go into this little port and I'm golden. Because
Thank God they don't have to.
Well, apparently if you get it through like your veins too much, like you start getting like your blood drawn from like, your feet is what I heard.
Yeah, like a heroin addict.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know that was a
heroin addicts have to move from their arm to their feet because they use up all their real estate.
Yeah, and I'm not good with needles in general.
Neither. Yeah.
So this will be great, I think, from what I've heard, but I'll have my first time.
So they just stick the chemo. The chemo?
The chemo? Yeah, I think
radiation?
Well, no, chemo. Radiation will be like I don't know, like a light, I think. I don't know. I'm just learning.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, so I'll have like 3 types of injections, one being chemo, 2 of them being like hormone type shit or anti-hormone. I'm really dumbing it down because I don't really know
we need
fully.
Felix.
But basically 3 types of medication go in. And so then I'm also like cold capping to like try to preserve my hair. So then there's this like crazy like helmet that they're going to put on my head and it like has like CO2 or like some kind of freezing agent for my scalp. And then I have to have frozen mitts, frozen socks so that I don't get neuropathy during treatment.
Neuropathy?
So you know when your foot's like asleep and it's tingly? It's like that, but like forever.
No.
Yeah. So you have to like freeze your feet while getting chemo so you don't have that feeling. Because how annoying would that be?
That would be awful. But if you lose your hair.
The hair I'm not that worried about. Like I'll give it a shot and, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'll get a wig if I want. Like how fun.
Yeah.
You know, try something.
And you'd look good with a shaved head.
I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
Originally, I'm kind of surprised I went with cold capping because initially when I was first diagnosed, I was like already embracing the idea of like shaving my head and doing the wig thing. But then like the more you went through it and the more like, well, fuck, I'm going to probably lose my tits too and my hair and like my emotion. Like everything's fucked. I was like, let me just try and hang on to like something.
Yeah.
You know?
Are you going to lose your tits?
I'm going to do a double mastectomy.
And are you going to redo or?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. It's cool because insurance covers it. So it's like a free boob job is what I keep saying to people. But I keep threatening Jeff. I'm like, be nice to me or I won't put my tits back in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But they can do like implants or they can do basically like lipo and then use your fat and put it in. But I don't know like the ratio that your body has to be for that to happen.
How do you feel about your tits?
I loved them before. Now I'm pretty fucking pissed at them, to be honest. You know, like now, and then with it being genetic, I'm like, fucking take them. I don't want them. Take them. I don't care. There was like layers to it. At first I was like, oh, I want to breastfeed my child. I'll keep one, you know, or like, oh, I'll just do a little lumpectomy, which is like just the removal of the tumor. And then like the further along I got and the more that I was just been going through this, I was like, I never want to fucking do this again.
Yeah.
I don't want it to come back. I'm over it. I don't care. Take my tits. They're gone.
And they can't take your liver.
No, they can't even do surgery on it. So when they found it in my liver, I thought they're like, oh, it's so small. Like in the medical world, you hear like millimeter and like that's big in the medical field. But in us, like we're looking at a ruler. I'm like, take it out, you know, whatever. They can't. It's like too risky, too dangerous. So it's just part like chemo will make it like disappear. So what happens a lot of times with stage 4 is people will have what's called no evidence of disease. So like again, kind of like herpes, or my doctor says like diabetes. Like you have it. You just learn how to like go on in life with it.
In remission.
Yeah.
And then it'll just like sparkle back up. Sometimes they'll put you back down.
Well, as long as you're like proactive about like whatever, I think there's infusions I'll be getting like for the rest of my life. I think from what it sounds like, maybe I don't know. I'm still learning. But yeah, it shouldn't come back. And then obviously taking the tits is another preventative measure.
So it just so long as you're actively on top of it.
I think so. That's how I'm viewing it anyway. I refuse to be like, I'm dying in 2 years, you know?
No. But
the good thing is like, even though I found it when I did, a lot of women find it when they get pregnant because their hormones are all fucking crazy. And so then they give like birth and then that they think it's like a clogged like milk duct or something and it's breast cancer.
Do the hormones?
Yeah.
What do the hormones do?
So like my breast cancer is triple positive. And so there's part of that is like being hormone estrogen positive. I'm going to quote all this wrong, so please talk to your doctor. Do not talk to me. But it like feeds off estrogen. So like for example, I just stopped taking the birth control pill like right away.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you start looking at other things like dairy has a lot of like hormones in it. You start buying if you're going to eat meat, you look at like hormone free meat or like whatever, you know.
Oh.
So and then I just got a shot that will actually put me into early menopause for now. Because it's like protecting my ovaries. So like every night.
Something?
Well, mine's called Zoladex.
Okay.
I don't know. There's probably other stuff.
I was looking up for cures for PMDD last night with Bishop, and one of them was induce early menopause.
Oh, you should give it a shot. It was a shot in my stomach.
Do you feel better?
Well, menopause is not great because every night I'm like sweating now and I'm like, this is insane. Cause
really?
I'm always like extra, like I would run like 75, like put that heat on, let me be cozy, you know?
Yeah.
But now, like last night, I like had the window open and for Jeff to be cold and me not, I'm like, oh, I'm having a hot flash right now.
Wow. What did they do that to protect your?
To protect my ovaries, which at this point, I don't even know if it sounds weird to say not important, but yeah, like if I wanted to have like babies in the future, which Jeff and I already did IVF, we froze. We have a successful like 2 little embryos waiting for us if we want them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was so much fucking work. Do you want kids? Is that a weird question?
I don't know.
You don't know?
But I had Alex Cuman on a couple weeks ago. She froze her eggs. She described it. I started fainting.
I think I saw a clip from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, the port for some reason is okay.
Yeah.
There was something about her maybe I just also hadn't eaten or something, but all of the needles going into her. But
yeah.
I think it was also just, I get panic attacks a little bit in that other studio because it's so bright. Like this is more chill.
Really?
But the other one really is intense.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll freak out a little bit. And then when blood stuff comes.
Well, it's no blood. It's all going in.
But I watched the video of
Jeff
doing that to you.
Yeah, shots in. Yeah. It sucked.
But it fucked up your hormones.
Yeah, everything was all fucked. First I was like, I don't know if I could do this again.
If I get pregnant, I'll have a kid. If I don't, I won't.
See, and that was kind of a good mentality that I was having. And now I have like way more like restrictions of like, well, if you get pregnant, you could now get ovarian cancer because of my like mutation that I just discovered. So now it's just like a weird thing where I'm like so detached from kids, not kids necessarily, but having kids. Because now I'm like, I don't think I can. I don't think I'm allowed to. I think if I have children biologically, I think it's through a surrogate now.
I also just like, my mom's friend fosters and adopts, and she just like sent me this picture of a baby that they are fostering, and I just was like, this sounds so ridiculous, but my attachment to Coyote it literally is the equivalent of a child to me.
Sure.
And I don't think I would feel detached from an adopted kid. You know what I mean? Like I think it would be, if somebody was like, here's your baby, I'd be like 100%. It might as well have come out of me. Even if it has crackhead parents that have influenced it. And it's, you know what I mean? Like,
sure.
I think I am somebody who could easily do adoption. I mean, I've had like I was in Mexico once and this little kid like fell over asleep on me. And I was like, I'll literally take this child right now. And raise it.
It's a whole like other discussion of like fostering, adopting, emotionally, like where you're at. Because the big thing people have been saying is like, adopting isn't to like meet the needs of you as an adult, but to meet the need of like the child.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's where you really have to go like, oh yeah, like I shouldn't be like, if I choose to adopt, I shouldn't be adopting to like fill my need. I should have the right mentality of like you said, like, oh, this baby comes from a really traumatic situation and really needs.
But I think that would help me. Sometimes I think that would help me not resent it.
Yeah.
Because comedy is our baby. Like comedy, that's the baby that I'm in love with. That's the thing that I'm growing. That's the thing that gives me all of my purpose.
Yeah.
And if I had a kid and it took me away from that, I know that there'd be a little part of me that would be like, but if I adopted one, I'd be like, that's how I feel about Coyote. I'm like, I literally went in and was like, I will save you.
Sure.
So the idea of like being like, this thing needs me, as opposed to like, I created this thing for what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Just philosophically, it makes more sense to me to adopt than to have a kid, because it's weird to me to have, it's the same reason why when people go to breeders, I'm like, but there's so many little.
So I told Jeff, I was like, we're not getting a purebred. We're getting
Boy, howdy, did you not get a purebred? You were like.
I sent you the results, right?
Yeah.
You know, there's Great Dane in there.
Great Dane. You got primarily Aussie.
Yeah.
Which is the best.
Yeah, I'm actually excited. It's a pretty nice mix.
It means that he's not going to be retarded. Because
high energy though.
Yeah, but I thought he was mostly lab pit.
Yeah.
And he was going to be a doofus, but he's going to be super smart.
Hopefully.
I mean, he's a doofus right now.
He's still very like,
he's so
you know?
Gloopy.
Yeah, he's like so like, he can't even like stand up right now.
Picking up this puppy feels like picking up if you tried to pick up a bunch of honey.
That's
like he's just
perfect
spilling,
description.
And he's so gooey. He's so cute.
Yeah, he reminds me of like a baby deer still learning like how to walk.
Yeah, he's so clumsy because he's too big. His like body's big and he's so cute. How has he been with all of this?
He's been good. We've been training him on a doorbell at the back door, but he just knows there's treats, so sometimes he just like hits it for the treats, and he hasn't associated like, no, it means open the door, pee, then you get a treat. You
guys have to put grass down.
We got a little patch.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I did a subscription. I'm like, oh my god, who am I right now? Like, I've always been like a cat person. I mean, obviously.
Oh.
And oh my god, next time you come over, you have to see. This brand sent me this stuffed animal that looks lifelike. And it's almost like an exact replica of what my cat used to look like.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. And
oh, my God.
Now I'm at this weird stage where, like, I want to, like, tag their brand and, like, thank them. But it's also, like, low-key, like...
horrific?
Yes. And everyone who has seen it so far, including Jeff, I put it in the closet at one point, he opened the closet and screamed in a way I've never heard him scream because he thought there was a real animal in there. So I
Is it like fur? It's not like a stuffed animal?
It's for like
taxidermy?
Not like no. Like it is a stuffed animal with like fur. I don't know what the fur is made of, but like when you buy like, but something about the way it's shaped and its face is more lifelike than like a stuffed animal you would get at like the gift shop.
Why did they do that? Why did they make?
It's a whole business. I mean, some people like really wanted that, and I thought it was really sweet at first until I got it, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this now? Just like pet this like cat that looks so lifelike, but it's not.
That's bizarre.
I had it in my window for a little bit, and then I was like, everyone across the street can see this cat, and I was like, I cannot like be known as like that neighbor. Like that cat never moves. Like, it has to be fake, but it looks real. You know?
I know. That's so bizarre. I mean, people have taxidermied their pets too, which is psychotic.
I have his ashes.
Yeah, ashes. I mean, my mom's dog, ashes in the house forever.
Yeah.
Every time we move, the ashes. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably what I would do.
Yeah. Like, what are you supposed to do? What even if it's like taxidermy, what you just put it on top of the fireplace?
Oh, so scary. Yeah, collecting dust. It's awful.
I know.
It's unnatural.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go in Friday.
Yeah.
And you get something put in the port.
Chemo.
What is chemo?
Bad. It's poison. I think it like poisons your whole body. Good cells, bad cells, which is why people like hate it. But
And you're gonna feel bad?
I think so.
Sick?
Yeah.
Barfy?
Yeah. They give you so much medication that like the first 24 to 48 hours you feel like I'm good. But it's because you're still like weaning off like all the like Benadryl and whatever anti-nausea, pain, everything they give you up front. And then by day 3 you're like, oh, I feel like shit. But they like give you medication to like go through that. They're like, here's your anti-nausea medication. Here's some Zofran.
How about some Xanax?
I have Ativan. Yeah.
Is it Ativan?
Like lorazepam.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Whatever class that is.
I thought Ativans were Adderalls, but they're not.
No.
That's Vyvanse.
Yeah.
That's Vyvanse.
Yeah. No, okay. Ativan's been great.
And then I need that from the PMDD. And then you'll go in every 3 weeks to get more.
So for 6 rounds. And then it's hopefully shrunk enough that then they can do surgery. And then they do radiation. So this is like my whole life for the next year, which is insane because obviously like I recognize like the like privilege I have in like what I do for a living, which is like influencing.
Yeah. And
then being married to Jeff, and we just have a very like flexible schedule and work lifestyle. I'm like, if I was working a 9 to 5, like you have to quit your job. There's no way I could see someone
interesting
going to work and then scheduling these appointments, like mentally, physically, all of it. Like there's just no way.
How do people do it?
I mean, I think certain like companies will have, like Family Medical Leave Act where you can like, whatever.
Do you have an advocate?
I don't think I do right now. Like I did because I was on a different treatment plan until they found out it was stage 4 and they're like, sorry, you don't qualify anymore. So then I got moved to like a different team.
That's so scary.
I know. I was
because you were on the hippie route before?
So the original plan, it was like a coin flip because that's how they do clinical trials. You don't get to like pick, you just get randomized. And so there was like a 50-50 chance I wasn't even gonna have to do chemo. And I was just gonna go through this like, but they only wanted to do it on like stage 3 or less. Stage 4 obviously makes everyone kind of go, ooh,
And you had like a doula basically at that point helping you.
Well, just like an immediate, not like in person, but like just someone who was like available to like talk to be like coordinating everything or like answering your questions.
The lack of like I remember my best friend, she got paralyzed.
What?
It was just a cyst and just.
Is she still paralyzed?
She's dead.
Oh.
Because you can't live very long.
Damn.
When you're quadriplegic.
Oh, fuck.
Because you can't.
Full paralyzation.
Yes.
Everything. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
From a cyst.
And it was like I would go in there and be like, Helene, you got to like go to this, spinal specialist. And she would be on Xanax, obviously. And she would be like, and I'd be like, where is like a fucking person to come in and be like, here's the plan, people. Like because apparently if she had been at the spinal specialist way earlier, she could have possibly gotten movement back.
Yeah.
But because nobody knew what to do, they just basically had her in hospice. So
totally, yeah. And then if money is always a thing, insurance is a thing.
Yeah.
It's like if you don't have access to certain care, you're just like, what's the bare minimum I can pay to survive.
I just think there needs to be like young people, advocates, old people, a very graceful entrance to death. You know, like, because old people, they'll just keep fucking... Dude, my friend's grandpa is like, let me die, bro. Like, I am so old. And they're just like, nope, time for PT. And he's like, I just want to eat cookies and die.
Yeah.
I'm so old.
Yeah, it's
And he
crazy.
just wants to smoke weed, eat cookies, and be chill.
There's like some states, I think, that have like assisted suicide. But like some are like, nope.
The assisted suicide thing, I was talking to my mom about that because we're very pro assisted suicide. And she was saying that the issue is that they're worried that, like, for example, Jeff would go and be like, she wants to assisted suicide. You know what I mean? And then take all your money because he's your, you know, he would be speaking for you. But I'm like, if Sweden's figuring out ways to do it, we can do it. Yeah,
I feel like there's got to be like protections and ways that, you know, if I had to consent on The Bachelorette and be like, I want to have sex.
I want to have sex with this man.
Let me consent on the camera when I'm like of mind and soul. I'm like,
did you get freaked out that as soon as you got diagnosed, you weren't doing all those interviews?
No, I wanted to. Like something, it was almost made me like a distraction, I think, you know, or like almost like, you know, well, I don't know. Do you ever like give like a homeless person $1 and you like feel good about it?
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like that feeling of like, I'm helping somebody.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know if that makes it like selfish or selfless. I don't know. But it's like, it's like when I'm sitting in silence that I'm like fucked up mentally. But when I'm just like planning appointments, showing up to appointments, sharing education, I'm like good. It's like my therapy, you know?
Totally.
So yeah. And then with like all the interviews and stuff, I'm just, I don't know, I guess used to it, you know, because of the whole like Bachelor PR training we had to do and all that. But it was really funny.
You had to do PR training?
Oh, yeah. Well, they don't want you saying, like, fucked up shit or, like, especially during the era of Chris Harrison, they teach you how to, like, dodge questions, you know?
Oh. Chris Harrison was so good at the job.
Yeah. I like who they have now. They have Jesse Palmer.
Yeah.
He's Canadian, which is, like, smart. Just choose a, like, Canadian white guy if you're going to choose a white guy, you know?
Totally.
So
then, and, I mean, the thing is you go on, what happens is when somebody gets cancer is... You watch their journey on Instagram, right?
Sure, yeah.
And it's brutal.
Yeah.
It's always very like up close and personal at the hospital, and you are doing it in a Bachelorette way. You are making it like you are posting curated Instagram stories, explaining things. You know what I mean? Like you are doing it in a way that is like, this doesn't have to be terrifying, which is sick.
Yeah, it was weird actually that you say that too, because like I remember doing the video where I basically announced that I have stage 4, and I'm watching it back, and it's almost like an out of body experience because like internally I'm like, what the fuck, you know, and the next one you're like, so that means I'm stage 4, unfortunately. You know, like just
I know.
Like,
I watched that video. You know, I was like,
I watched it. I was like, what the fuck, Katie? Like at least like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you crying on the inside? You know.
Are you going to a therapist?
I tried one, and then within the like first, I don't know, 3 sentences, she was like, so what do you want, like medication? And I was like, ew, this is like, she must just be used to maybe people just, you know, when you find out you have cancer, you're just like, yeah, fuck me up right now, you know?
Yeah.
But like, no, I want to talk about my feelings. But I feel like
a therapist,
now,
not a psychologist.
Yeah, that, you know, that's what she was too. And I was like, why are they sending me to her? Because like, even when I was talking to her and she like say stuff back, I'm like, she's on autopilot. She's not. Yeah. She doesn't hear anything.
She's getting paid buco bucks to give people Adderall.
Yeah.
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 You need a therapist who cannot prescribe medication because then their entire job is talking you off a ledge.
Yeah. So I gotta find one, but you know, I've looked at marketplace insurance, so then it's like you're kind of like limited on what you have access to.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I was able to pick new insurance because I was moving to New York, so like I could just pick whatever I want, knowing that I had cancer, knowing I was gonna be spending a lot. So I picked like the best one you can get within the marketplace. And then I was surprised that you still didn't have access to like acupuncture or cancer care at MSK, which is like the best one here in New York. Like, they drug, we don't take that. I was like, what? I'm paying $1,300 a month for insurance and you don't even take it? Like, what's the point of this?
$1,300 a month?
Yeah. It was only $300 in California. So that was
my mom is telling me just to do a hep something where you just like keep your money and then pay out of pocket, but you put it in
like a health savings account.
Yeah.
Maybe? A high deductible account, high deductible plan.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I'm like, I used to work at a bank, so all this like old terminology is like coming back. Like, oh yeah, remember your old life, Katie? Pre-reality TV and cancer.
Oh yeah, I remember that you worked at a bank.
Like for 10 years. I was just like a little finance chick.
How did they get you?
I applied. I won't like deny that.
Because you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it, and like it was COVID at the time. I was 29, and I was like, I'm about to be too old for this show, and so I just kind of like on a whim just like applied. And at the time, TikTok was pretty new, and I had been growing like a TikTok audience, so they'd already were able to see that I was like comfortable on camera, comfortable talking about my feelings or thoughts or whatever. So I think that really helped me just kind of like get picked. To be honest, they're like, oh, she has an audience, people like her.
What was your TikTok?
I kind of called it like it was like comedy, but like venting comedy or like like face to camera. Yeah. And then you like, ooh. You know what's so, whatever. I'm not going to do it for you because we all know how Jordan feels about my comedy. I heard it once on her podcast.
What did I say?
It was like cringe. I told Jeff, I go, that was the last day I ever did comedy is after hearing Jordan's interview with you.
What did I say? What did I say?
I was cringe. You were like,
yeah. What? Was it cringe?
Well, sure. But
did I watch it?
You must, because I probably have, I don't know if I still have clips, but I used to have clips up, but it's the same as like an open micer being like, look at.
It's always, every comedian thinks it's cringe when somebody who's not a comic does comedy.
I know. It was such a, like
Madonna was in the other day and I was like, this is cringe.
As a comic?
Yep.
Oh.
It's all, literally you could have been, I mean, I don't even remember the clip. You could have been killing and I would have been like, this is cringe.
I mean, sure.
That's what we're trained to do.
But I put in the work.
Influencer was like, I need to get like a comedy reel. And I was like, you can't do that. It's cringe. Like, it's like our go-to, because as soon as an influencer steps in, we go, no, you need to be an ex-fat kid, ugly, depressed, manic. You're not allowed to be a hot girl and be good at comedy. So we immediately go, that was cringe.
No, I felt that getting into it. So I did it for 2 years, and I started in San Diego, and I did it the way you do it.
And then you stopped doing it because I said
kind of. But
no, don't do that.
No. I won't put that on you. It wasn't my direction. I think it was a great experience. I loved it, and it really did lead me to Jeff. But now, like, obviously.
How?
Because when I wanted to be a comedian, I started following comics. I followed you before I met you. I followed Jeff. Just a bunch of people I thought were funny. I was like, I want my feed to not be like influencers anymore. I want to be comedians. And so Jeff was one of them. And then eventually we were in the DMs, and then eventually we talked, and now we're married. So I was like,
what?
Cool.
The clip that I saw, there was one clip?
No,
there was many clips?
At the time, there was probably, I would say 7 clips of like, I don't know.
Were they cringe? Did I watch them?
I'm
Did I say like I watched one and it was bad?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's okay.
On the podcast?
Yes.
I went.
Well, no, not on. You didn't watch it on the podcast, but you said to Jeff, you're like, you made it sound like you watched it, and you said it was cringe. It's okay.
Yeah. Now I want to see it.
I don't know. I really don't know. Let me just look. I don't know if I have any more on there because I'm in a new chapter now. God,
I want to know.
I'm already feeling cringe now. If there's anything, let me look at my reels.
I want to know if it was cringe or if I just said it was cringe because you're hot.
Okay, but it might have been cringe. Look, see, it's so old. Oh, see, I don't even know what this is. Oh God.
Let me see.
Hold on, I'm picking one.
Let me assess if it's cringe.
Okay, you can watch. Wait, I'm seeing what has the most views because maybe that means it's not as cringe. Okay, I don't know. Now I'm intimidated. Okay, here's this one. You can say it. Any of the ones that are black with pink writing.
I feel like this is the one that I watched. Yes. Yes.
Oh God, I hate this.
Here's why I think it's cringe. Is because you're too cute.
Oh God.
She's
backtracking, guys.
You're so No, this is how I feel. It's your very look. Yeah, you're too cute.
Wow.
You have to ugly it down.
The nail in the coffin was Jordan's podcast episode, everybody.
You what?
I quit chasing my dream because of you.
No, don't. I gave you cancer.
Yeah. I stopped going to open mics, which meant I stopped walking. I started drinking all alone, and then I got cancer, and it's all your fault.
If your friend said, if your friend said, I'm dating a girl, and he goes, she does comedy, and I look it up, and there's the beautiful belly button and the high ponytail, you better believe Jordan Jensen is going to be like, that's cringe. Okay. I have to. That's my
fair.
job.
It's fair. But I just want it to be known. I put in the work. I went to shitty open mics. I had to host shitty shows. And
you hosted shows?
Oh, tons of shows.
Wow. Did you get sexually assaulted?
Not in the comedy scene.
Okay. Well, then you didn't pay your dues.
but it was a scene to navigate because, well, as you know, like the ratio of like guys to girls is fucking insane.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
I've always been lucky because I've just been seen as a boy.
Okay, but you have some kind of like internal glowing up coming out or something like from before, like when I very first like have seen you and to now. I don't know what it is, if you're like happier or healthier or whatever, but like
I stopped eating meat.
Okay, it's whatever. I don't know how to say like you're pretty.
Thank you so much.
Like not to be like you weren't pretty before. Like I feel like I'm blushing now.
Somebody taught me how to. She's hitting on me. Somebody taught me how to do makeup.
Oh.
So I started doing my makeup, which helped a lot, and I realized I was able to be more. I realized if I had makeup on, I was able to like say what I wanted more out of things.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like I was able to be like, you actually. I need this in the green room if I had makeup on. But if I didn't, I'd be like, you know what I mean? And I'd be like, I'm a rat. You can give me whatever I want.
Yeah.
But if I was presentable,
it gave you confidence.
It gave me confidence.
Nice.
Ironically.
Well, and that's, I mean, whatever gives you confidence does like then exude in like your aura. Like, you know, when you meet someone, you're like, ugh, her vibes are off. Like, I really believe like an energy thing. And, like,
totally.
And so if it's helping you, then like.
I watched a girl on Instagram the other day in a reel that was like, that was her being like this, like feeling bad. Have you seen that? And then all of a sudden she's like, and with confidence, and it looks like she like loses 20 pounds and she just, nothing happens. It's very true. I mean, the other thing is, I think it's the more money you get, I can afford to get my hair cut, dye my hair, buy makeup I want, get the skincare product. Also, I went to my friends and I was like, all right, you guys, let's do this. What lotion do I get? You
had like a little like makeover moment?
Yeah, because once I started getting money, I was like, and doing well on the road, I was like, okay, I can now, because it used to be like, I don't deserve anything, I'm a rat, and now I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna be on podcasts every week, maybe I don't have to wear rags. I mean, I still wear rags, but now it's like, if I'm gonna wear the same thing every day, it'll be at least like durable clothing. Because I used to just be like, I'm gonna be a carpenter in a year again. Like, this is not.
Who is blowing up DoorDash? Why is DoorDash on?
Pick it up.
Really?
I mean, yeah, if they're blowing you up.
Hello? I didn't order anything.
I think the gift from Jessica.
Oh. Okay, are you at the house?
I want it.
Oh, okay. I will buzz you in and you can just leave it by the elevator.
Okay, all right.
Sorry about that. Thank you. Oh. Okay, thank you.
I want the gift from
Bye.
Jessica.
I feel bad. They like kept calling and I kept hanging up. She did not even tell me. How do you not tell me? Sorry.
I know.
I thought someone was dying. When you have cancer and you have someone blowing up your phone, you're like, my doctor's calling me to tell me I actually have a week left to live.
Yeah.
And then it's DoorDash and I'm like, oh.
Dude, I did Mike Feeney's pod here the other week. His vet called him 7 times. And I was like, unacceptable. Apparently everything was fine. Dog's fine. I was like, that is unacceptable. If my vet calls me 7 times, full panic attack.
Speaking of, someone called, did Jeff tell you? I don't know if the last time you saw him. A stranger called Jeff. Somehow they found Jeff's number to give him medical advice about me.
Ew.
Yeah.
A man?
He answered, and then I didn't hear the beginning of the conversation, and then Jeff corrected him and was like, well, now my wife, but yeah. And then I could hear the guy talking because Jeff put on speaker. The guy gave an uninterrupted, almost like recording. I was like, is this AI? Of like all the benefits of this like alternative medicine, without like a break. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And then finally Jeff interrupted him and was like, wait, I'm sorry, who is this? And then he said his name, whatever it was. And he's like, do we know each other? And he's like, no. And he's like, how did you get my number? And I don't remember what he said. And then Jeff goes, oh, you, and hung up on him. The guy called back.
I know exactly the Jeff. Oh, ew.
yeah, like he was just like, no. The guy calls back. Obviously, Jeff doesn't answer. And then the guy leaves a voicemail and goes, I think we got disconnected. But, and then continues and says,
I think your phone said, oh, ew, and then hung up on me. That's bizarre.
I know.
And it's all like apple cider vinegar type shit.
I'm sure. I mean, to be fair, wherever the guy was pitching, I have heard before. And like, you do start to get in your head about like medical conspiracies of like money and versus like the cure's there at the grocery store, you know?
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm like, well, I'm headed to the chemo, so.
Because the alternative is people are like, plant-based diet.
Yeah,
Do-
well, and like, so I'll be so honest. Like I said, you could sell me air and I will take it. One of the things people tell you is, I forget how to pronounce it. It's like fenbendazole or something.
The
Dog dewormer.
Oh, the thing that Joe Rogan is all about?
I think, yeah, he mentions that in another thing. So I took it. I took fucking dog dewormer, little powder in my mouth every day for the last like 2 months up until they told me it was stage 4. I was like, well, didn't work for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it the one that Mel Gibson was talking
Yeah,
about?
but it's like a combo. And that's the thing is there's not a lot of like medical support around, or there is, but like not in a formal way of like, here's the ratios, or here it only works when it's this type of cancer. Cause there's so many like triple positive, triple negative, you know, like so many different forms, breast cancer, you know, dick cancer, whatever, you know? And so I tried it. It did not work for me, but it does apparently maybe work for other people. But
Ivermectin?
yeah, that.
Ivermectin.
Which is like horse dewormer or horse, I don't know, it's horse meds.
My friend took dewormer once and said she shit out like 1 million.
Oh,
worms.
see, I was good. I took it was a fourth teaspoon of it. It doesn't have a taste, so I would just pop it in my mouth like protein powder.
Wow.
Shake it up with like water or whatever I was drinking and swallow it. Because I did read about it. I'm like, okay, they give it to like pregnant dogs and it's fine if a dog that's pregnant.
Yes.
Like I don't know, maybe I'm
Yeah.
just like, you're in panic mode a little bit when you're diagnosed with cancer. You're like, give me anything.
But it must have already been at your liver.
Yeah. Because I had the lump since last summer.
Yeah.
And then
and all this shit is lump.
yours?
I mean, it's all milk, mammary, mac.
Have you ever got it like professionally checked?
No.
You should.
Like
Just like have them feel them. If you feel lump, I'm not trying to like scare you, but if you feel any lump, you should just tell them like, hey, I feel a lump. They'll feel it and be like, yeah, let's do like an
Who will?
ultrasound. Your doctor.
my doctor is a small Chinese man in Bay Ridge.
Oh,
I need a real doctor.
you need a female. Like
I know.
I hate to say it, but I just feel like women relate to women more, obviously, or like can take us more seriously. Like men are like, take a Tylenol, you have cramps. And it's like, no, that's a baby that's in there. You know, like they just like dismiss women so much in the medical world. So maybe do that.
But you just felt it.
It was just a lump. It was just a lump. And I've had a lump before that was removed and it was not cancer. And this was like over 10 years ago. And so I thought, oh, it's just the same. It was the same side, same area, you know? And I was like, oh, it's probably the same thing. I'll get around to it, you know? I was like, I don't have time for another benign cyst removal right now. And then when I went in, I was just not anticipating breast cancer. Doesn't run in my family. Like
my mom did something. She's got like the tattoo.
she had something? Like a lumpectomy?
Whatever era she's from, they gave her a tattoo.
Like to mark her?
Yeah, to like mark something, but she won't let me talk about it at all.
Well,
Like anytime I bring it up, she's like, "Shut up," and I'm like, "Why? Because you're such a man. You can't admit that you have tits. I need to know if I have a history of it." You
yeah.
know what I mean?
I'm being so honest when I tell you, like, you need to just get it checked just for peace of mind or being proactive. Because it's so, if we were the roles were reversed right now and I was like, I have a lump and you're like, girl, get that checked out. If you told me that last summer, I probably would have just gone. And that's like where like this whole like spreading the word now and being like almost like a Mormon just knocking on your door being like, have you heard of breast cancer in young women? You know, it's like.
It's good. It's good that you're doing that.
Yeah. I just wish someone was there for me last summer when I felt mine, you know, and pushed me.
And so, people were like, it's fine.
Well, I just didn't really talk about it. But also like it at the time, it didn't seem like breast cancer was. I really thought I was like a rare case. Like when I was diagnosed, I thought, oh, I'm one of a kind. I'm a unique, rare disorder of breast cancer. Like whatever. I just thought like it was so bizarre.
Yeah.
And then you start like looking on like TikTok, and then you see dozens and dozens and dozens of different women, not even in their 30s, in their 20s with breast cancer, and you're like, why is this not talked about more?
Yeah.
Like why? Like this is actually a thing, and no one's talking about it. Even when you like do a Google search, some of the news articles are like 6 months old, maybe a year old. I'm like, no, this needs to be like an ongoing thing.
And what are they saying? It's like correlated to.
What's the time?
What time is it?
59, almost at 60.
Where do you see that?
Under ISO.
Oh, I'm stupid. And then are they saying it's correlated? Or is everybody like, oh, it's
They don't
birth
know.
control,
No,
it's
no.
meat, it's
They don't know. They know it's like a
the supercomputer is going to be able to figure it out.
the what community?
The supercomputer.
Oh,
Like, you know how they're building.
Oh yeah, plug everything in.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, mine's now genetic, so mine's like a little probably different, but there's, is it the birth control? Is it our microplastics? Like, there's all these. Is it the vaccine? Like, I got a lot of people who are like, it's the vaccine. I'm like, I don't know.
Oh my God.
That one's annoying because I'm like, I know so many women who've gotten the vaccine and don't have breast cancer, so don't try and be like an anti-vaxxer right now.
And don't use me as a
as your like agenda. Like,
Did you
off.
tell the other women, the young women in your family, about the strand?
Yeah. So now they're like, one aunt already is getting a mammogram, and my aunt's only like a few years older than me, because my grandpa remarried young. And so they're more like sisters. And so one's getting a mammogram. My mom already made an appointment to talk to her doctor, like, about genetic testing.
And the way to get genetic testing is not just via in vitro people.
No.
You can get it from your doctor.
Yeah, but here's where it gets complicated is like some insurance won't cover it. And I don't know how much it costs. And I've done like a 23andMe back in the day. I didn't have any mutation on there at the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, as far as I know, I was good to go. And then, I got it because I have cancer. And so now it's like, if you have family history, insurance might cover it or your doctor can refer you. But if you have just like nothing, you're like, I just want to do it. It seems like people have a hard time getting it paid for.
That's crazy.
And it's probably expensive.
I need an MRI because I have this lump in my vagina that's just she says it's fine. It's just like a cyst or it's like the end of
fiber of whatever.
No, it's like the end of the cord goes down here that just ends in oblivion, but mine has just like a node on it.
Oh.
So she says it's fine, but she's like, get an MRI. And the lies she was having to write down
to
get me the MRI, like being like, it's possibly cancerous. It could da-da-da-da. And I was like, you're a doctor. It's crazy that you can't be like, give this woman an MRI. She has to like trick the whole system.
You have to like validate it in like this. It was like the ESA letter. I'm like, just give me my support.
It's so weird that Amazon can bring me dog poop bags in 48 minutes and the DoorDash is delivering your friend's food, but I can't fucking do a life-saving test in a matter of months. It's like, it's so bizarre. It's like a coveted...
I mean, and that's where the whole conspiracy comes in, is like, okay, can we get more money from Jordan if she discovers it while she's stage 1 or when she's stage 4, and that's where people start going like, well, the doctors make money when they give you chemo. And I'm like, I know. And so then you just go in like a spiral, and I can't go down that rabbit hole. I was like, all I care about right now is just getting healthy. And right now I have this proven method called chemotherapy, and that's what I'm going to do.
And you're going to keep telling people that as you go.
Yeah.
Each step
Like
of the
you.
way.
If you have lumpy boobs, get a check.
I mean, it's not lumpy, but all the boob is...
Okay, but it should feel like a bag of fat, like a sack of fat, like just like a waterbed. I don't know.
Yeah, it feels like a waterbed.
Okay, well, if you have anything that feels like a marble, or like rubber, or like like fat on a chicken when there's like that gummy, anything like that, just get it checked out.
Okay.
Yeah, check yourself monthly. That's what I always did. I just loved feeling my boobs, so they'll be sad when they're gone.
I know, but you'll have big new tits.
I think so.
Are you gonna get size up?
I think I might.
Really?
Maybe not like full, but like definitely a little bigger. I mean, they could use some girth.
That's
why not?
Awesome.
It's like my reward.
Have you been Googling tip tights?
Well, there's a doctor that I followed out of LA who does like reconstruction, like breast surgery or whatever, and like her stuff looks good. And I was like,
really?
Give me those.
And there's a scar down from the nipple?
It depends. Like you have to have like a consultation on like how they do the breast surgery to remove the tumor, because
right.
But I don't care. Jeff's the one who's seeing my like full on nipples.
Yeah.
Although some people don't even get to save their nipples. You just have...
What do you mean? They're going to put your own nipples back on?
No, there would just be no nipples. Like some people get like tattooed nipples because they couldn't save the nipple. So then it's just a ball of...
Wait, but some people save a nipple? What is that like?
I don't know. You're making it hurt with your reaction.
They separate the nipple from everything and leave it?
I mean, they cut like from the nipple or something. I don't know.
Holy smokes.
I don't know. You're making me hurt.
That is crazy. I'm imagining like if you sew buttons on a stuffed animal, like, and you take off the button and cut around and put a new stuffed animal on, and you just like put the button back.
I mean, I really don't know. I don't. Now that you're like asking me,
we are just meat sacks. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating because for me, and what the fight that I was getting in with ChatGPT is, I was like, why can't they just cut? if they can cut all these women's fucking faces and make them into
Yeah.
these insane, why not just cut out?
That's what I
this
thought.
thing? It's so
It's too
crazy.
big. It's too big. It's too risky. It can spread. So they have to shrink it down.
What if you never drink again? Then can't you? Then you can't get a new liver? Do people get new livers?
I don't know.
Liver transplants?
I think that's the thing, but it's probably very risky. You got to find a match. You know, I haven't been drinking obviously now because of this whole like liver thing.
Yeah. Do you feel healthier than ever? Jeff looks so thin.
I know.
He got fat and then he got thin.
I told him, I go, because he's gonna like be following my like cancer diet, and so we're eating like, oh my god, I made him dinner last night. It was horrible. I was like, I'm so sorry. It was like rice, lettuce, and bland chicken, and it was so bad. But we just moved. I don't have like seasoning, so I'm like, here you go. But like it's this morning, I go, I can see your abs. Like it's paying off for him.
Dude, he was a little chubber when you guys first got together because he was so happy about it. And you
we were just eating and drinking, living life.
And I saw him the other night, and I was like, "You look so good. You look so skinny." And he was like, "Thanks for being healthy." And I was like, "Oh yeah, right."
Yeah.
You could probably and also just tell him to bring home. I just get plain chicken and vegetables from the cellar like every night.
He did bring home some veggies from the cellar, but they were like so seasoned with like oil or butter that I was, because like now my taste buds are like changing.
Oh.
I'm like so used to being healthy that I'm like, whoa.
Are you doing like smoothies and stuff? You got a Ninja?
We do have a blender. I haven't used it yet, but I'm doing like a whole broth that I made with like 12 different.
Oh,
like,
that broth looks sick.
It was actually pretty cool. And my friend's dad sent me chaga mushrooms from Alaska, which
Whoa.
are like super like beneficial for your health. And you can't just like, I guess, buy them. I don't really know. Like I said, I'm figuring it out as I go, but it's pretty good.
That's awesome. You
Yeah.
can write a book after all this.
I don't know. I just want to party after this. Our wedding, you'll be invited to that.
Yes.
That's like the big celebration. Is like, because I didn't want a wedding, and now I'm like, oh, I'll have a wedding if it's like a cancer celebration party.
Yeah,
too.
maybe you wear a pink dress.
I kind of thought about it, but Jeff's family's so traditional. I don't think they'd be down for that.
What the hell? They're freaking white trash.
I wouldn't say that.
Aren't they like mafiosos?
Well, not all of them. He does have some like mafia blood in there somewhere.
No, wear the pink dress. You have cancer. You can do anything you want.
I know, it's true. If it's important to me, Jeff obviously
a
would.
pale pink like Calvin Klein-y dress.
It could be fun. I thought that, or like making everyone just be like, the theme is pink. Like,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
you're in white. Everybody else
that
is in
could just
pink.
be like super fun.
That's good. Except for I don't wear pink, but I can do it for you.
You can wear any shade.
I can do
Hot,
pink
light,
in a
suit.
suit.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I like that. Okay,
Yeah.
great. All right, we have to wrap up.
Yeah.
You're the best. You're not cringe at all. Do comedy again,
Never.
but don't wear a belly shirt while you do it. Okay, I love you. Follow. What is it at?
It's the Katie Thurston.
The Katie Thurston.
Yeah.
And if you are curious about all this stuff, she's being really good. She's being very diligent. She's not missing a day. She's number one. Your number one bubble on my thing.
Oh.
Just because it's so like informative and it's uplifting, and you're really like, you have such a good what's it called, disposition through all of this. And I want you to know, if there's a point where you freak the fuck out and you're melting down, you can always let me know because I'm the meltdown queen.
Great.
So
I'm gonna check out your tour schedule and be like, I know you're here.
Yeah.
Come and visit me.
yeah, we'll have a dog party.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.